Hey everybody, it's Trevor Rice here, just continuing just a new vlog here. I'm with my friend and voice actor Sonny Strait, who is in for PopCon Indy, or is it Indy PopCon? Which one
I
is
have
it?
no idea. I've seen it written both
Yeah,
ways.
it's PopCon. We'll just call it PopCon. 'Cause
PopCon, Indiana.
I know they had one in Louisville here recently. So Sonny was a guest here, and I have not seen this guy since 2015, I think was the last convention. Birmingham, Alabama,
Yeah.
I think was the last convention we were at together.
Yep.
And so it had been 7 or 8 years at least. And so we were jokingly in another vlog that just went up yesterday. I was talking about how, we had gone a long time without seeing each other, and you went and said, yeah, you've experienced a whole bunch of different arcs in your story, and I have too, because
Yeah.
the last time we were at a convention together, you were in Texas, I was in Louisiana, and we both have moved. I've moved twice since then, and you've moved twice since then.
Yeah. I've been up to Connecticut, not Kentucky, Connecticut, and then we moved back to Texas just a couple of months ago.
So you go up to Connecticut, and how was that experience for you? Because
Well, it was good.
Was it the first time you moved away from Texas? Because I know you were
No,
born and
I
raised
lived
there.
in Virginia for a while. I lived in Los Angeles for a while. No, my family, they're pretty much roamers, so we roam a lot.
Which is good.
But the reason I moved to Connecticut was that Funimation during the pandemic gave us home recording studios. And so I thought, okay, well, if I can record at home doesn't have to be in Texas. So we moved up to Connecticut for a while. And now they're wanting us to be closer to the studios again. And my daughter and my grandson still live in Texas. And so we figured we'd at least come back until my grandson finishes high school. Yeah.
And now he's back in the humidity.
Yeah,
There's plenty
Here's
of that.
the thing, Texas right now, I'm like, why is this not bothering me? Why is the heat not bothering me? And it's over 100, sometimes up to 110 degrees, right?
Yeah.
But there's no humidity this year. It's like desert air.
Really?
It's really dry. I came here and I was like sweating because of all the
That's
humidity
common
here.
in the western side of the state.
Right. It's so strange. There's no humidity. Humidity stays around 30%. And usually it's like, it can be 90% and 110. That's when it's miserable, right? It's been great.
So this is our first convention since 2015, like I was talking about. When did you start doing conventions? When was the first year? Do you remember that?
1990.
I know
Well,
that's-
I started doing comic book conventions back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was selling self-published books.
Really?
Yeah. I used to go to this, I went to Comic-Con, I think 91 maybe was the first year I went to Comic-Con, and it was, more comic related there.
Yeah.
But I was selling my Mr. Average comic books.
And now, because I know you do artwork for. Are you still a colorist for the Peonies?
No, I ended up being a finisher for them on the last two novels. Wendy would draw the rough drafts, and then I would tighten them up, and ink them, and then color them.
And this is for ElfQuest, by
That's
the way.
ElfQuest, yeah.
Okay, so.
And that last book came out last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Stargazer's Hunt. Check it out.
How has the reviews been on that?
Really good. Yeah, it went really well.
Okay, I'm glad to hear about
Dark
that.
Horse was happy.
That's all that matters. When your employer is happy, that's what matters most.
Yeah.
Let's real quick. Let's talk about so you're involved with a lot of shows, and you can't disclose projects. So I know One Piece is still going strong right now. How has that been? How has that show been for you playing Usopp?
Really good, especially now that we're practically caught up to the Japanese with the dub. We're hoping that we'll go to. They don't know for sure, but it would be really nice if we could do a simul dub of it, so that we could record the same time they do, and have them come out at least even just a week apart would be great. Because that way, I wouldn't have to do 3 to 4 shows a week of Usopp screaming. I'd only have to do 1.
Is this technically the longest character, the most episodes, I guess, of any character that
I think it might be one of the longest narrative that's ever existed in any sort of media. I don't know. It's really hard to beat.
I know they're well
I think
over.
they have more episodes than The Simpsons.
Yeah, they're well over 1,000 now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, and that's certainly the longest I've ever played a single character. The closest being Krillin, which I still do occasionally. You know?
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get another season of Super. I'd love that.
Have they been talking about, like, the Japanese? Have they been talking about?
I don't think anything official has been spoken.
Okay.
You know? And I haven't heard any rumors or anything, but I just keep knocking on wood. You know.
Which your role in Super was a little bit different this time around with Krillin, because even though you did some fighting there towards the tail end, Krillin kind of evolved just in general as a everyday citizen.
Yeah, he's a cop now, which is cool. It's close to what I said he should have done. I said he should be a superhero.
Yeah.
Just go off to some city. Don't hang around with gods. You would be a god, Krillin, if you just took over a city as a superhero.
Yeah.
But he became a cop. That's similar. But he kind of lets the guys push him around a bit, you know? It's kind of weird. But in Super, he defeats somebody who defeated 18. And 18, as you know, can mop the floor with Super Saiyan 1. So that means Krillin's power levels have gone quite... And I think it's because they keep showing, like, him sparring with his wife a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's what got him there, you know? Just years of sparring with her.
Where anime is in 2023 compared to when you first started, especially at Funimation, where it was basically an office for the most part, just an office building.
Yeah.
And what you've seen the industry become, like.
Yeah, well, it wasn't an industry then. It was just a couple of companies doing anime. Now it's an actual industry. Like, when people would ask how to get in the industry, I'd be like, go take acting classes, take because you don't know what you're going to be doing acting in. It could be anime, it could be commercials, it could be theater or whatever. Just get those skills because there was no industry to get into. Now I teach people. I haven't spent a while. My next class will probably be December or something. But 50% of my students get work now in the industry.
See, when it comes to radio, like, every Joe Blow off the street feels like they can just jump right into it, but it takes a process to get to a point. It almost becomes insulting a little bit when everybody thinks they could just do what you do.
Right.
I can't do what you do. Now, eventually,
let me tell you a story about that.
I could teach myself to do.
Sorry, I was in New York, and with Chris Sabat, we're on a subway, and this guy is just staring at us, sitting across the way. He goes, "Hey, what do you guys do for a living?" And I said, "We're actually cartoon voice actors." He goes, "That's sick. That's totally sick. What kind of shows you do?" I said, "We're on Dragon Ball Z." Ever heard of that? He goes, "Oh my God, I love Dragon Ball Z." It's, "Hey, you need to get me a job on your show." And I went, "Are you a voice actor?" He goes, "No, man, but I could totally do that. And I went, "Oh, cool.
Isn't that almost insulting when somebody just
Well,
thinks
here's
they
what
can do?
here's what I said. I said, "What do you do for a living?" He goes, "Oh, I'm a computer programmer." I goes, "You need to get me a job." And he goes, "Oh, you program computers?" I went, "No, but I could do that, man. I could totally do that." It's like, it takes just as many years of skill to do, maybe even more, to, because you're competing when you're at Crunchyroll, you're competing with the best of the best, So get your experience. It's not something that anyone can just do. They're coming from a place of not knowing, right?
Yeah.
So they think, "Oh, we're just talking. I can talk.
Yeah.
We can all talk, so I guess everyone can be an actor." And in a way, it's kind of true. I mean, I've yet to find anyone who's taken a class in the past 6 or 7 years that I've not made them understand what it is to be an actor. That they can actually approach this, attach their actual emotions to lines. And that's always my goal, is that everyone at least comes out as a better actor.
For him,
thanks,
Sonny
guys.
Strait, I appreciate you hanging out, my
Yeah,
friend.
brother. Good seeing you.
Yeah, good seeing you. So I want to apologize to Sonny. I know he was scheduled to go have dinner with some voice actor friends that were also a part of the convention at PopCon, and I lost track of time. So as a result, he had to bolt, and so I apologize to him for running that a little longer than maybe he was anticipating. But I want to thank him for taking some time anyway to do that. Very much appreciated. There's going to be a lot of vlog content coming. I've got the KBA meeting coming up next month. There's a 9/11 Heroes Run happening on the 9th of September. There's going to be some remotes for the summer concert series downtown next month. So there's a lot of content coming here over the next 30 days, and we're going to do some of our radio shenanigans as well. So, like we always tell you, thanks for watching, be good to one another, and we'll see you in the next vlog. Bye!